Yeah, most of my driveway's ice. That new intro was pretty awesome, wasn't it? What's up guys, Bearded Jeeper here, and today I'm giving you another monthly update. So, let's show you what we got going on. If you can see behind me here, this is all ice. This whole thing was flooded. We got a lot of rain and a lot of snow kind of mixed, so didn't turn out too well, and it's kind of freezing everything. Yeah, but as you can see, we got ice seeping into the garage. It's kind of always a problem with my driveway. It kind of sits unlevel here, so every time the spring happens or a lot of rain happens, it tends to flood out, especially around my Jeeps. There's the No Name Jeep, just sitting there being cold and icy. Haven't had much time to work on her. Oh, would you look at that? That tire's gone flat again. I think it has a small leak. So we're gonna have to put some air in that. But I haven't really done a whole lot. I'm getting ready for inspection. It's January. My birthday's coming up, so I gotta get this thing legal in the state of New Hampshire. So I gotta do a driver's side wheel bearing. I'll be doing a video on that. Wheel hub, wheel bearing. I need to do a pinion seal on the front here. It's leaking. Not that that would necessarily cause it to pass or fail inspection, but I still gotta get that done. What else do I gotta get done? Oh yes, I gotta, I have getting an evap canister because mine got ripped off. That's throwing a code, so that definitely won't pass inspection. A lot of people seem to really like how I mounted this license plate, so if anyone wants to see a kind of a tutorial on how to do this, let me know and I'll make a video. And this is specifically for Mr. JK Gear and Gadgets himself, Ben. You wanted to see the wife's Jeep? This is the Mustache Mobile itself. I have yet to see another vehicle with this furry thing on the front. It's a Mustache. I think they're called Car Stashes. The company is no longer together. It kind of died, and my mom actually re-sewed this on because my wife liked it so much. But it holds up pretty good, and it's fairly weatherproof. So this is the Mustache Mobile. No, I can't lift it. I've asked time and time again. The wife won't let me lift it. She does love waving to other Jeeps though. But she's not big into the off-roading. She doesn't like getting all off balance and off kilter, so this is the stock rig. But we've had an issue recently with this Jeep. Try to do this one-handed. So the issue we've had recently is there's been a misfire in cylinder number 4. Tip this back here. The problem is, take this cover off. Cylinder 1, 3, and 5 are easy to get to. They're on this side. You can see them right here, 1, 3, 5. I think it goes 1, 3, 5. But on this side, the 2, 4, and 6 cylinders are underneath this guy. This is your intake plenum. So I'm gonna have to take all this off just to replace this little guy. I'll probably replace the spark plug. Might as well replace all the spark plugs while I'm in it. Do a full tune-up. So I'll be doing a video on that as well. Hopefully we have some warmer days so it's a little bit nicer to work on stuff outside. All right, it's getting cold out there. It's only like 22 degrees out. It's starting to get dark. So before I finish up this video, on the community tab on YouTube, they have the community tab now. I asked you guys if you had any questions, So I got a few questions, so we'll go through and answer them now. The first question comes in from Wisconsin Jeep Life, asking if I'm into margaritas. Well, yes. Margaritas go really well with tacos. Maybe that's why Margaritas is a taco restaurant. But I'm more of a whiskey bourbon fan myself, but I do occasionally enjoy a margarita on a nice summer day, enjoying some tacos as well. Everybody loves tacos, right? Alright, and next question, question number 2. This comes from John Andrews. John asks, do you ever keep some food in your beard for long days on the trail or a weekend trip? No. I can't say I have kept any food in my beard for a trip, but my wife does get after me all the time if I'm eating. Sometimes the crumbs will get into the beard, and she'll try to pick them out, and I'll say, no, that's my snack for later. Oh, and John also asked, why do you not have a handlebar mustache like your logo? Well, the short answer is I'm lazy. In order to get this thing to curl up, let's get you in closer here. In order to get this thing to curl up, I would need a lot of mustache wax, and doing that every day gets to be a pain. I do tend to kind of curl the ends a little bit off to the side, but I don't put a whole lot of effort into it really. Alright, what do we got now? Aiden Taylor asks, if you had $2,000 for Jeep parts and you can spend it on anything, what would you buy? Well, honestly, right now, I would buy 1-ton axles. I want to get 1-ton axles for both No Name Jeep and for Mudzilla here, the Wrangler. So, $2,000 probably wouldn't cover the whole thing, but I could at least pick up the axles and maybe start working on them for $2 grand. So that's probably what I'd get. JL Bremier asks, what made you decide today is the day that you're gonna start a YouTube page? Well, that's kind of a tricky question, I guess. I can't say I really know. I used to have an older YouTube page. It's kind of embarrassing now. A couple people have found it. It was an old fitness page. I was horrible at making videos, and I didn't do well at all. But even going back further before that, I used to be quite into skateboarding when I was younger, and I got one of those like big honkin' video cameras where you actually had the VHS tape on the side and you had to hold the whole thing on your shoulder. I had one of those, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever, making skateboard videos. And then I got a little tiny one that took those little tiny DV tapes or whatever they were, and I really got into the filmmaking process there. Fast forward a little bit, back to my first YouTube channel. It sucked. It was horrible. I just wasn't confident in front of the camera, and it just didn't turn out well. And then I kind of put down cameras and stuff for a while, and then my wife got me a GoPro for a couple Christmases ago, just like an entry-level GoPro, and I'm like, hey, let's play around with this. And I had a lot of fun playing around with it, and it kind of brought back all the old memories of how much I like to film and everything. So then I went to a couple Jeep events, and I was like, let me take the GoPro and I'll make a couple of videos. And they weren't that great, but I kind of got the bug and kind of got it going, and I'm like, yeah, let's put this on YouTube. And then I was like, I'm liking this. So I just kept going and going, and I saw other YouTubers, and I just kind of embraced the YouTube community, and I really got into it, and it's been really fun, and I've got to meet a lot of really cool people through it. Alright, going along with that question as well, Nick G asks, what editing software do you use and why? Well, I have to say first, I used to use GoPro Studio when I first started this Jeep channel. And that kept crashing on me. It wasn't the best edit, so I was like, you know what, screw it. I have a Mac. I'm gonna use the free editing software in there, iMovie, which is very similar to Adobe Premiere now. So I got into editing with iMovie. So I edited quite a bit with iMovie, and then there was just some things that I wanted to do that I couldn't do with the limited functions of iMovie. So that's when I decided to switch over to Adobe Premiere, and I've been using Adobe Premiere ever since. I love Premiere. It works really great, and I haven't had any issues with it, and my videos, I think, have turned out pretty well. Nick also asked, how do you get the cool action shots where the camera looks like it's in motion? And I think what he means is a shot like this. If that's what you mean, Nick, and in order to get a shot like that, it's fairly simple. I'm filming something and then I whip the camera in one direction quick. And then to start the next shot, I whip the camera and then keep it still. And then you just hide the cut in between those two like blurry sections of the footage. So you have when you move the camera really quick, you just get a lot of blur in the screen, and you take those two clips, you kind of cut them together, and that's how you get one of those shots. So I hope that answers your question. Nick had one more question. He wanted to know who invented liquid soap and why. I don't know. Let's find out. Hey Siri, who invented the liquid soap? Here we go. William Shepard. Liquid soap was not invented till the 19th century in 1865. William Shepard patented a liquid version of soap. In 1898, B.J. Johnson developed a soap derived from palm and olive oils. His company, the B.J. Johnson Soap Company, introduced the Palmolive brand soap in the same year. So, yeah, in case you want to know about soap. Alright, and next. Pablo Dominguez? I'm sorry if I'm butchering names, I'm horrible with names. Asks, what is your take on 488s running 35s on a 2012 JKU automatic? Is it overkill? No, I definitely don't think it's overkill. Usually for stock transmission and everything, 488s are fine. Either 488s or 456s on 35s is great. I mean, I'm on 35s right now on stock gears, and it's not bad, but it could be a lot better. Going up hills, I just have no power at all. One thing I would suggest though, if you have the Dana 30 up front instead of the 44, I would suggest going with the 456 gears instead of the 488s. Just because in the Dana 30 and your 488 gears, the pinion gets really small. It's because you can only fit a certain size pinion in the Dana 30 axle, so you don't necessarily want something that small on that big of a ring gear. I'd prefer the 456. It's just a little bit bigger, and honestly, you're not going to notice a whole hell of a lot of difference. There are calculators if you're interested. Try to find one and post the link in the description of your tire size and your engine and or your tire size and your axle, and it does a conversion and basically tells you what you should run in order to get back to like the stock feel, and then if you want to go beyond that. And I guess keeping along with the taco theme from the earlier question there, Tacos and Willies asks, what's your favorite or best mod you've made to your Jeep? I think my favorite mod I've done to my Jeep so far is the Aussie locker in the back. I've done some crazy trails without the locker, but you wouldn't believe how much of a difference the locker has in just being able to, like, just having one in the rear. I don't have anything in the front right now, and just having a locker in the rear makes a world of difference. It makes getting up obstacles you thought were hard before, makes them a lot easier. You gain so much more traction. So I'd have to say I think that's my favorite mod so far. Until I do some 1-ton axles, that is. Alright guys, so this has been the first video of 2019. I hope you liked the questions. If you have a question you want it answered, leave it in the comments below and I'll put it in the next monthly update video. And if you like seeing these update videos, give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. As always guys, stay bearded, stay Jeepin'. I'm out. Mr. JK Gear and Gadgets. See, look, I'm not lying. There's another Jeep here. Blue, silver.